Welcome back. So now we are in withholding tax, and here I'll start exactly where I left in the previous session. So previous session I was explaining something. Yes, here, right? So let's suppose. So what is happening, guys? Now, first of all, so TDS supposed to be deducted only if the amount is 5,000 or more than 5,000. If it is less than 5,000, then zero TDS, and if it is equal or more than 5,000, then whatever tax percentage is there, that's supposed to be applicable, right? This is what the requirement. So here simply what we have to do, log in first, go to SPRO, extended withholding tax, and now here I think we have to go to company code, or where? Yes, here calculation, and then come here on this minimum maximum amount. Now this condition can be applicable at tax type level and tax code level also, right? Okay. Now, so this condition will be applicable at tax type level also and tax code level also. What is the benefit, guys? Say for example, tax type level means under one tax type, if I have created multiple tax code, right? So this is your tax type, and under that, if I have created multiple tax code like 5%, 2%, 3%, 10%. So at this level, if we give this condition, then what will happen? It is applicable for all tax code, right? Or else for, again, tax code level means if I have given this condition against T4, it means like T4 means 10%, then this is applicable to one tax code itself. It is not applicable to remaining tax code. And tax type means under one tax type we are going to create multiple tax code, right? So that is why it is applicable on every tax code which is created at this tax type level. Anyone can be used. I'll be using here tax code level. At micro level we'll see. So here just give your country key, and tax code means combination will be there, right? Tax type and tax code. Click on new entry. So my tax type is I think TT, right? And tax code was I think T1, right? Okay. You can specify the currency here and valid from. A validity date is going to be specified. So beginning of financial year I have given, and look at here. So as I said, like TDS supposed to be deducted only if the minimum amount is 5,000, in the sense like invoice amount I am talking about. So invoice amount where it is specified. So here, okay, base amount. Here you can specify this 5,000 and save it. T1 does not exist. $57. What is my tax type and tax code, guys? Let me check in vendor master. So this is my vendor master. Okay, I have made a mistake, guys. I have entered in client 800. It is supposed to be 810. Here my settings are there. Right. So now SPRO and then withholding tax and withholding tax, and then here calculations, minimum maximum amount, and here tax code level I'm going to give. Click on new entry, and here TT and T1, and here base amount is 5,000. Just save and validity. Just save it. Press enter. Okay. So now here I have given a conditions. Again, what you have to do, first of all, you need to go to XK02 and you have to confirm whether you have deleted this exemptions related settings or not, right? Because if exemption is already there, then what is happening, the calculation is going to be different, isn't it? So one by one, what is happening, guys, we have to test every scenario without any confusion. Okay, so that you have to remove. After that, testing is pretty simple. Simply we can go to FB60 here, and now we have to check. So if I post an invoice worth of, let's suppose, even 4,500 also, system should not calculate the TDS. 4,500, press enter and enter, click on simulate. Look at here, the TDS amount is not getting calculated. Why it is not getting calculated? As I said, that the amount is less than 5,000. If it is more than 5,000, if it is like 5,001 rupees also, it will be calculated. If it is 5,000 or more than 5,000, then it will be calculated. Click on simulate, press enter twice and thrice, it is calculated, right? So two things are there. Either you can specify your base amount is 5,000, right? Or even tax amount also you can say, right? Tax amount. Here you just do one thing. Here we can specify TDS will be calculated only if the minimum tax amount is 1,000, let's suppose, and save it. So minimum tax amount is 1,000. Now what is happening, guys? So here, let's suppose if I am going to post an invoice worth of 8,000, how much TDS supposed to be calculated? Tell me somebody.
800, sir.
800.
Sir, can you please repeat?
Invoice worth of 8,000 rupees if I have to post, then how much TDS will be calculated here?
300.
300.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's have a look. FB60.
Sir,
Now
800.
800. Any other
Yes.
answer?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 800.
800.
Okay. Press enter twice. Click on simulate. Zero TDS will be calculated. Look at here. No TDS is calculated. Why? Because setting is changed now. I have written minimum tax amount 1,000. So minimum tax amount 1,000 means what? On 8,800 TDS is calculated, right? But this is less than 1,000. So system will not consider, right?
Okay.
If the tax is equal to 1,000 or more than 1,000, then only system will show that tax, in the sense that is going to be calculated. If it is even a 1 rupees less than 1,000 also, system will not consider that amount, right? So what does it mean? So here, if the minimum tax amount is 1,000, so what about the invoice amount, guys? It means like what should be the minimum worth of invoice so that this tax will be calculated?
10,000.
10,000. Simple. It means the base amount must be 10,000, right?
Yes.
The base amount either. So if this is the requirement, it means what is happening? If, see, the client will not say whether you have to specify the tax amount or base amount, whatever it is, right? Anyone you can specify. The ultimate thing is like requirement must be met, isn't it? Okay. So this is what can be done. Now, sometimes what happen, like people ask, so what will happen if you specify the tax amount also, base amount also, right? So generally, what happen, like the requirement is, the client will give requirement like, okay, the TDS should be calculated only if the, if it is like, let's suppose, if 1,000 tax is there, then it should be calculated. If less than 1,000 is there, it should not be calculated. So in that case, what is happening, guys? The requirement you came to know. Either you can specify the tax amount or base amount, because ultimately user is not going to see what configurations you have done. User will check their what to say transaction posting, and then will test it. If it is working fine, they will say yes, it is okay. Right? Now here sometimes people ask like what will happen like if I specify here, let's suppose 1,000, here I have specified 5,000. So generally it is illogical. Illogical in the sense like, again, tax amount you have given 1,000, base amount you have given 5,000, right? So something supposed to be considered by system, that you, if you have to test it, you can test it. But again, in real time, what is happening, guys? This is not possible to specify a different tax amount and different base amount, because what's the benefit, right? So if I have given 8,000 here, so now click on simulate, press enter twice, not calculated. In that case, what is happening? SAP is not considering the base amount, SAP is considering the tax amount itself, right? Now, there is a one case. Again, maximum limit also you can specify here. Let's suppose if the client is saying, okay, so say for example, okay, I'll quote the example. Maximum amount means a maximum limit will be there, right? So maximum, okay, so tax percentage is, let's suppose, 10%. Okay. Now maximum amount I have specified here 10,000. It means what is happening, guys? 10,000 worth of, so 10,000 means 10% of 10,000, 1,000 tax will be, or is like maximum amount I'm going to specify here 50,000. So here 10% of 50,000 means 5,000 TDS will be calculated, right? But if the amount is 1 lakh or 5 lakh, then what will happen, guys? So maximum limit we have given 5,000, what is it, 50,000 only, isn't it? So now here what is happening? 50,000 means what? It is not tax amount, it is base amount. Okay. See, maximum base amount. Maximum means it could be anything, right? So maximum, I'm going to, in maximum you'll be having only base amount itself. You will not be having tax amount, right? So base amount you can specify, press enter and save it. Now, so if you post an invoice worth of 50,000, then what happened? 5,000 is getting calculated, but even if you post the invoice worth of 5 lakh also, how much TDS supposed to be calculated, guys, on 5 lakh? So just simulate. 50,000 is getting calculated. How 50,000 is getting calculated, guys? How much maximum base amount I have given? Okay, sorry, I have made a mistake. So, sorry, maximum not base amount, maximum tax amount we have to specify. Okay, in case of maximum not base amount, in case of maximum tax amount we have to give here. So, we made a mistake. So, tax amount only. Okay, there is a logic. We'll see that. So, again, on 50,000, now 5,000 itself is going to be calculated. No issues here based on that. And if it is 5 lakh, then also it should be 5,000 only, because maximum tax amount we have said that maximum tax which is calculated is 5,000 itself, right? So click on simulate, look at here whether it is. So it means the amount is, if it is more than 50,000, no matter it is 50,000 means 60,000, 70,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. So a maximum limit we have specified for tax deduction is 5,000. So what is happening? That is itself is the upper limit. Now, so here what is happening? So minimum tax amount is there, maximum tax amount is there. Minimum base amount is also there, but maximum base amount is not there, right? Maximum base amount is not there. So why maximum base amount is not there, guys? See, maximum base amount means, again, if client is saying that the maximum tax calculation is, let's suppose, okay, I'll tell you one thing. If the tax percentage is 1%, let's suppose 1% is the TDS. Okay, so if the client is saying that the minimum tax deducted, minimum tax supposed to be calculated 500. So what is the base amount, guys, for 500? Anyone?
50,000?
Yes, 50,000. Okay, because what is the 1% of 50,000? Of course, it is 500 only. 10% is 5,000, 1% is 500, right? So if the tax, let's suppose your tax percentage, your TDS like tax code, tax percentage is 1% only. So now, so here the requirement you have received that the minimum tax supposed to be calculated, that is considered, that is 500 only. If it is less than 500, then system should not calculate the TDS, and tax rate is how much? 1% only. In that case, what is happening, guys? The minimum tax amount, either you specify 500 here. Sorry, maximum I have changed. Okay. So here, either you specify 500 here, that is your tax amount, or else in case of if you are planning to give base amount, so look at here, minimum tax amount 500, But same conditions, if you want to specify here in base amount, then it is going to be 50,000. 50,000. Look at here. So minimum tax amount 5,000, but base amount become 50,000. Likewise, if it is 5,000, right? In case of tax amount, then base amount is going to be 5 lakh. The tax minimum same as the. So here now press enter. So here it is going to be 5 lakh, right? Likewise, if it is the minimum tax amount is like 50,000, then this is going to be again more, isn't it? So likewise, it is going to increase. Okay. Okay. Now, so say for example here, now let's suppose if we talk about the maximum tax amount. So generally in minimum, it's not like 50,000 tax. Of course, a minimum amount will be there. So if the minimum amount is there, maybe some 200, 500, 1,000, that could be the amount, let's suppose for tax. So base amount is some 100 times more than that, right? 10 times more than that or 100 times more than that. So that can be justifiable, that can be specified. But here maximum tax amount, if somebody is saying that, okay, like the maximum tax amount is, say for example, they are saying like, okay, 50 lakh, till 50 lakh it can be calculated, right? So maximum tax amount is 50 lakh, then base amount again it is going to be 100 times more. So this field is having certain limits only, right? You cannot like give unlimited amount here. Unlimited means of course we can specify 10 times 9. So this is why SAP is saying that in case of maximum, what is happening? Whatever the tax amount we are going to specify, base amount we have to give 100 times more if 1% is there. If 0.1% is there, then 1,000 times more. Right? So that is why in maximum, what is happening? Tax amount is given that, okay, that's fine. Base amount again, because the field is having certain limitations. So whatever tax amount is there, base amount is maybe 100 times more, 1,000 times more, right? So here for maximum only this one tax amount itself is given. Now what is this base exemptions? Okay. Base exemptions. What is the logic behind this one, guys? Can someone specify logic? Anybody? I'll just do one thing. So here minimum, now the base amount I'll remove here and I'll just do one thing. 1,000 is the tax minimum and maximum 5,000, or maximum I'm going to say uh, okay, that's fine. No issues. Maximum base amount, right? Here I'll give 20,000. Okay, I'll give here 20,000. Now what is happening, guys? Now I'll post an invoice. Okay, it is a kind of brain test for everybody. Okay, so see, this is a mathematical calculations only. It has nothing to do with your account and finance skill, right?
Sir, can you tell me the question once?
I'll just show you the posting and then you guys have to tell what is the use of this field. Now, I'll just do one thing. FV60, and here I'll post an invoice worth of 60,000. 60,000. Press enter. Click on simulate. Press enter. So 4,000 tax is calculated. Why 4,000 tax is calculated, guys?
Sir, out of 60,000, first 20,000 is exemption.
Out
So
of 60,000, first 20,000 is,
exemption. So on 40,000, it is calculated as per 10%.
so 40,000 means what do you say, 4,000, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, so we'll do one thing. Just go to FB 60 and I'll just do one thing. I'll specify 80,000, and if I simulate, then how it is getting calculated?
So first, it will less the exemption 20,000. It will be a 60,000, and then it will be calculated 60,000 10%, 6,000, but maximum amount we have declared 5,000. So
Yes,
it will solve 5,000.
exactly. So very simple, guys. First of all, so base exemption means what, guys? Base exemption means simply, it's pretty simple. Whatever the base amount is there here, so 80,000 is the base amount. From there, like, in the sense, tax supposed to be calculated, let's suppose, on 80,000, right? So from 80,000, first of all, what is happening? System has exempted 20,000. It means whatever the base amount is there for tax calculations, from their system has reduced the 20,000. So now it becomes 60,000. On 60,000, SAP is going to calculate the 10%. So the tax amount is supposed to be 6,000. But the maximum tax amount we have specified 5,000 only, na? So that is the reason SAP has shown only 5,000, because 6,000 is more than 5,000. Earlier, what was happening? Earlier, the total base amount was 60,000. Out of 60,000, SAP exempted 20,000, so 40,000 remain. On 40,000, 10% calculated, that is 4,000, and 4,000 was less than 5,000, na? That is why 4,000 was shown. But right now, base amount minus 20,000, so 60,000, right? 80,000 minus 20,000, and 60,000, 10% is 6,000. But 6,000 is more than 5,000, so maximum amount is 5,000. That is the reason here system is not showing 6,000, it is showing 5,000, right? So this is how this is getting calculated. Okay, now we'll do one thing. Let's suppose have a condition. Okay, so say for example, okay, if amount is 10,000, right, then 0% TDS is supposed to be calculated. Okay, and if it is 20,000, then say for example 10% supposed to be calculated, and if it is 50,000, then 20% TDS is supposed to be calculated until 1 lakh, or like if it is more than 50,000, right, it means unlimited, then 30% TDS is supposed to be calculated. So what is happening if amount is, like, let's suppose if amount is 10,000, then 0%, right? From 10 to 20,000, 10%, and 20 to 50,000, 20%, and more than 50,000, 30%. Or else, like, let's suppose if it is 1 lakh or till 5 lakh, till 5 lakh, 30%, and unlimited, 40%. I'm just keeping in round figure itself. TDS supposed to be calculated. Okay, I'm not keeping small percentage. I have just kept the percentages round figure so that the calculations would be easy. Now, guys, somebody just tell me. Okay, so this is what the conditions, right? This is what the conditions. Now, if the invoice, so that is like, okay, these are the base amount and these are the tax percentage. Okay, so this is the condition. Now, if the invoice amount is, let's suppose, 2 lakh, then what should be the tax amount, guys, here based on these conditions?
30%.
So how much as per you?
2 lakhs. Okay.
How much tax supposed to be calculated?
60.
60.
60,000.
60K. Any other answer from anybody?
No, sir. No, sir. It will less 10,000 first, 10,000 0, and again 190 remaining.
Wait,
And
wait,
then
wait.
calculate it to 20,000, 10%, 2,000, and again remaining again remaining 10,000, 20,000, 170, 170. Oh, sorry. It will be calculated 10,000 0, 20,000 10%, 2,000, 50,000 20%. It will be a 2,500.
2,500. Okay.
Yeah. And then 5 lakh, it will be a 1,50,000.
1,50,000.
Sorry. 5 lakh in 50,
Yeah, previously
20.
you are proceeding correct in a correct way.
Sorry, 50 and 20, 80. 120, 120, it will be calculated 30%. So it should be 3,600.
How much? Anybody else? It's just like our income tax calculations, guys. We are having slabs, na?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Isn't it? So how it is getting calculated? If you have a CTC of 12 lakh rupees, is it going to be directly 30% or 20% going to be calculated? No.
Okay.
Apply that rule, isn't it? And let me know the answer. Whatever, see, the thing is like, if you are able to understand these calculations, then only we have to test it in SAP now. If you're not able to understand this calculation itself, how you guys will come to know that whatever calculation is done by SAP is correct or wrong, right or wrong? In that way itself you have to proceed. So now what is the, like, what to do? How much tax will be there? I'll just pause the recording here. Hello guys, I'll explain here. So if it is okay, just
Sir, I'll tell you the answer. Just give me 1 minute more.
take it. Okay. Now here
It
the
is a
recording
48,000 total.
48,000. How is your 48,000?
Sir, first 10,000 zero, second 20,000, 2,000, second, then third 50,000. It is uh, it is 10,000, 20%. Then 1 lakh,
26,000.
1 lakh 20,000 rest. That is 36,000. Sorry. 1 lakh 20. Yes. 1 lakh 20, 36, 30%, 36,000. Total 48,000.
So here is 48, right? So now, so very simple calculation is there, guys. First of all, so amount is going to be distributed here. 2 lakh is there. So in 2 lakh, first of all, the first portion is 10,000. On 10,000, 0, right? So now from 2 lakh on 10,000 there is no tax. So that 10,000 we have kept in this slab number 1, right? How much remaining amount? 1,90,000 is there, right? So in 1,90,000 again, this 20,000 10%. So 20,000 10% means 2,000. Now how much remaining amount is there in our hand? So 1,70,000. Out of this 1,70,000, 50,000 is there. So and that on that 50,000 20%. So it is 10k, right? Again, so how much remaining amount? 1,70,000 minus 50,000. So 1,20,000. On 1,20,000, that 1,20,000 is going to fall under slab number 4 till 5 lakh, right? So here 1,20,000 is less than 5 lakh, na? So 30%. So 12 threes are 36. Okay. So yes, this one is the correct answer. 46 plus 2,000, right? Isn't it? I'll just, so now here, if the amount is, just be on mute, some noise is coming. Now, if the amount is, let's suppose, acha chalo, if it is 6 lakhs, then how much? Curious? Based on that itself, right? So I hope you guys are able to understand.
Yes, sir.
Anybody can bifurcate here. So 10,000 means again 0
Zero. Yes.
till 20,000.
Yes. 10.
No, 20,000 on 20,000 10%.
2,000.
Na?
2,000.
2,000.
Then
Then 10,000.
25,000.
Then 10.
Sorry, 10,000.
10,000, yeah.
Then remaining 100, 6 lakh.
1,50,000.
Then here
1,50,000.
1,50,000. चलो ठीक है 1,50,000. So wait. So 5 lakh na. So 5 3 ja.
6.
नहीं. अरे 150 के होगा ना. I think.
Yeah,
Yes.
Then
Yes.
1,40,000.
1,40,000 here.
Yeah.
How 1,40,000?
Only no.
How 1,40,000 here?
Sorry.
The remaining is not less. That is the 30.
अरे how
So here you
30?
consider 30%.
5 lakh, see 10,000 here, 20,000 here, 50,000 here, total 80,000. How you guys are calculating? 80,000 plus 5 lakh.
Oh, 20,000.
So how much? 20,000. So
20,000.
20,000 means how much?
0.
8,000.
Are zero.
0.
How 0?
How zero? Total amount is 6 lakh.
6 lakh, na?
Oh,
So in this category, slab
20
number 5, how
20,000.
much?
Hot.
20,000. 20,000 it will be 40%,
And
8,000.
two fours are how much? 8, na?
Yeah,
So 8,000 is there, right?
yeah.
Chalo, we'll calculate, we'll test this one also. You have to test this one, and the previous was 2 lakh, so you can test that one,
Sure, sir.
right? Yes. So this is called. Oh my God, I'm getting call, guys. Okay. So what is called? This is called uh, now. So again, the question is. So look at here, guys. Now, how many percentage? 0%, 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%. How many tax code do we need to create for this one? How it is going to be calculated? Right? Different conditions are there, na? Right? So when let's suppose such kind of calculations are there, because I have seen during interview people have asked this question, that let's suppose if this is the limit till 10,000 0%, like till 50,000 10%, till 1 lakh 20%, right? So guys, now here the thing is you have to be very much careful. First of all, you have to listen this, right? I have explained the scenario is all is almost same only. The only thing is amounts are different, right? So you have to be very much active. First of all, you have to hear what exactly is being explained by the interviewer, and then after, simply they have asked that now you tell me as a consultant how many tax code you are going to define for this one, since we are having 4 different tax percentage, right? Most likely people will say 4 tax code or 3 tax code or whatever it is, but multiple tax code they will be suggesting, right? So no, these all together a single condition only. Multiple tax percentage is there, but this is one condition, that if it is like 6 lakh, then overall one particular amount itself is getting deducted now, isn't it? So that is the thing. So here this is called formula based TDS calculation. Okay, so it is having now formula based TDS calculation means, now what is happening? First of all, okay, so for this one also what is happening, guys, you have to define a new tax code. Okay, so the question is, okay, so here a new tax code. So if we have to define a new tax code means a single tax code only supposed to be defined. We are not going to define the multiple tax code. Okay, so if single tax code you are going to define, then what will happen? In a tax code we have to specify the percentage. So which percentage will have to specify? 10%, 20%, 40%? Which one we are going to specify, guys? So we won't specify the tax percentage over there, right? What will happen? I'll just show you what to do and how to do. So anyone can be tested. So which one? This 6 lakhs means how much it is getting calculated, guys? This is the amount, na? So how much it is? 12,000 plus 8,000, 20,000, and plus 1 lakh 50,000, right? So 1 lakh 70,000 is there, na? Okay. So we'll see that. So first of all, again, you have to do one thing, guys. Go to /NSPRO. Okay, even if you don't give /N also, it is going to work out. So first of all, what is happening now? Again, so we have to calculate this one, isn't it? So you just do one thing. It is going to create more confusion if you keep this one, this condition, right? Okay, this condition means, so just do one thing. We have already tested, just save it, delete that minimum amount, maximum amount, or else again. So here the calculations are going to be different again, I think, right? Okay, so now you have to come. Okay, so what you can do, guys, either you can define a new tax code, or else whatever tax code we have created in that itself, you want to make any changes, you can make the changes. So I'm going to make the changes in the same tax code, because if I create a new tax code, once again I have to assign against vendor master. Now in vendor master, what is happening, guys? In vendor master, let's suppose I have defined a tax type TT and tax code T1. Now if you define another tax code T2, and if you assign the same tax type, system won't allow. Okay, system won't allow. System says that this like this both supposed to be different, right? Tax type and tax code, and here also tax type and tax code different. If it is different, then that is fine. Same vendor is giving two different kind of services, so of course two different kind of tax type also you have to define, because both are different type of services falling under different sections. So now here what is happening, you can better to edit the whatever tax code you have created in that itself. So you double click on T1, and again, so what you have to do, guys, now you need to remove 10%. Okay, why 10%? Because we are not having a single percentage, we have multiple percentage. 10%, remove it, and you have to apply a check mark here. What? Withholding tax formula, W tax FORM. It means, what does it mean? It means that there is no a single percentage, we have multiple percentage. So apply a check mark and save it, and come back. So withholding tax formula, that check mark I have applied, right? So where is the formula? Now here you have to define. Okay, define formula for calculating withholding tax. Press enter, click on new entry. You have to specify withholding tax type TT, tax code T1, and what is this? Country code. Validity means you have to give a validity date. Save it, and then select this one and double click on formula. Individual entry cannot be put change. Just press enter. Now, so new entry. So here till 10,000, right? Can I keep like this? Base amount till 10,000. So what is this? Tax rate. So 10,000 zero na? Zero, year 0, year 10%, 20%, and 30%, and
Then
unlimited, right? So
yes,
unlimited means
40%.
10 times 9 you have to give, guys. 10 times 9. Unlimited means, now it means more than 5 lakh, 40%, isn't it? But again, now, okay, so this is what the conditions I have given, isn't it? Now I'll tell you, guys, if you save it, and if you, so 6 lakh. So here what is happening, one more thing we have to specify. Okay, so here reduce base amount. Okay, that we have to specify. Reduce base amount means, first of all, on 10% blank, 0 means blank only, 0%, right? On 20,000. It is 10%, right? Arey yaar, wait. Is it the correct calculation, guys? Okay, if it is, like, let's suppose 30,000. So 30,000 means 10,000 0 and remaining 20,000, that is 2K. That's fine only, I think. So here reduce base amount. So first of all, now what is happening here? We are going to reduce 10,000. Then here we have to reduce 20,000, right? Is it going to be like that? Then 50,000. I think let me do one thing. I go for FP60. So first of all, here what is happening? We have reduced the. So here we have reduced the 10,000, right? 10,000, 10K we have reduced, right? And then on remaining amount we have calculated, and then here how much we have reduced?
30K.
30K we have reduced, right? So if it is 1 lakh, wait, it is 1 lakh, right? So first of all, how it is going to be? So here it is 0. Now here what is happening? So 0. So now here first of all 10,000 we have to reduce now. 10,000 supposed to be minus, then it is like 2,000 here, 2K on 20K. Now here what is happening? Remaining. So this 20K also supposed to be minus. Okay, so here I think we are going to reduce 10,000 first of all base amount. Then second time we have to reduce 20,000. Then overall reduction become 30,000 na? Then we have to reduce like here 50,000 and then here 5 lakh. Reduction of base amount. Okay, and then save it. Okay, now this is how the reductions are also happening now. Here we are going to reduce first of all like this 10,000 0. So now this is minus. Next time on 20,000, 2,000 is the tax, so even that 20,000 is also minus. Now whatever remaining is there, on that again it is calculated, even that 5,000, 50,000 is also minus. Then whatever remaining is there, on that 1 lakh, this on 6 lakh we have calculated, right? So on 6 lakh, how it is happening? First of all, let me do one thing. So we have like, this is how we have defined, okay, this formula. So we'll do one thing. As per our calculations for 6 lakh, what is the tax amount, guys?
1 lakh 70.
1,70,000. 1,50,000 and plus
20.
20. 1,70,000. Acha, chalo. We'll do one thing. So this is our vendor account, right? One thing is there, whenever the amounts are going to be quoted by interviewer, always it will be in round figure itself. So no need to worry. So now here, so amount is 6 lakh. Now let's suppose this GL and amount is 6 lakh. Press enter twice, simulate and press enter. 1,82,000. 1,82,000, guys. How 1,82,000 on 6 lakh? This is fine. Here 10,000, right? So 0. Now then we are having 20,000, right? So 2,000. Okay, just
Yes.
do one thing. Just do one thing. If we have amount worth of 1 lakh,
Hmm.
right? On 1 lakh, how much tax supposed to be? This
First
is on
0.
6 lakh. So on 1 lakh, first 0, then we have 2k. So
Okay.
10k plus 20k, 30k is exempted, one
Hmm.
minus, remaining 70k.
70K,
70k means till
20,000.
50k we
10%.
have
10.
10k, right? Remaining
Hmm.
we have how much? 30k.
30. 30?
Remaining 30k only,
20.
na?
20K na?
Acha, 20k.
Huh.
30 and plus 50, 80. So 20k,
Oh.
right?
Hmm.
So 20 means 3 to the 6,000, right?
16. Yes.
Or 2 3 is 6k. So 6k, isn't it? So
Hmm.
how much it is? 18k, na?
18K. Yes.
18k. So we'll do one. Let me come here, FB60. FB60. And here we have to test for 1 lakh. Press enter. So 22k. And how much we have calculated?
18.
18. So why 22k, guys? Is there anything which is still
No.
there? I don't think so. I think I forgotten to. Should not be 22k. Na? So from here, 10,000, then 20,000, then 50,000, right? So I think we are making some mistake. Okay, how it is getting calculated, guys? In a different way, I think. So wait. No, it's not like that, na. See, till 10,000, 0%, right? Till 10,000, 0%. And then from 10 to 20,000, 10%, right? Isn't it? Everybody are there?
Yes, sir.
Yogesh, how the income tax is getting calculated here? So like let's suppose till 5 lakh 0 and then 5
Yeah,
to 10 lakh, na?
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, sir. Yeah,
ठीक
yeah.
है? So that was the mistake we are doing. So from 10 to 20,000, 10%. So 10 to 20,000, 20,000 minus 10,000. How much on 10,000 only? So I think this is going to be
1K,
1k,
1K.
right?
Yeah.
And then 20 to 50,000.
30.
30. On 30,000, 20%.
60.
So how much?
60.
6K. Right?
Yeah.
And then how much it is? Wait.
52. Yeah.
So
For us.
so here how much it is? So first of all, 10,000, right? So here 10K minus, and so how much remaining is there
50.
For 1 lakh?
for 1 lakh?
Yeah. 50. 50 is remaining.
50. So here how much we have calculated? 6,000, right?
60. Yeah.
Okay. So it is total 7K.
Yeah. Of 15.
So first of all 10,000 zero, and then on next 10,000 we have calculated 10%.
10%.
So 20,000, right?
1K.
And then here, so next 10,000. 10 and 10, 20, and then here
50,
this
20,
30,
30.
right?
30. 30.
50,000. 50 minus 20, 30.
So 30. So and then
Balance 50.
balance 50. So on balance 50,
15.
how much?
15K.
15,000.
Then also it
Sorry.
is
9.
how much?
15K.
22K, na?
20.
Then here how much total? No. So total overall 22K is happening or not? How much is getting calculated? 22K, na?
22.
So this one is correct, I
22K.
think. Here how much? 15K, na?
15K. 15K. Yeah.
So overall how much?
22K.
22K. This is quite confusing
Got
because
it.
even I was also confused. So it means SAP is doing the correct calculations, right? So
Right.
this 22K is correct. Now, so it means 1,82,000 is also correct only.
Also correct.
Also correct, right? 1,82,000 means on 6 lakh. So again, till 10,000, 0, 10
Mm.
to 20,000. It means
1K.
on 10,000. 1K.
Mm.
Here also again
6K.
6K only, na?
Mm.
And then 6K. Then
4
so
lakh 50,000.
so here how much? 4 lakh
4 lakh
50,000, na?
50. Yeah.
4 lakh 50,000. So on 4 lakh 50,000, 30%. So how much?
1,35,000.
Huh? 1
1
lakh
lakh
34
35,000.
point 4 lakh 50,000. So how much? 1 lakh 35,000.
1 lakh
Yes, sir.
35,000.
Acha chalo 1 lakh 35,000. And then how much is still remain? So this is like 1 lakh 35,000 and plus 6,000. 1 lakh, what do you say? And so 1 lakh 42,000, right? And total amount we are having 6 lakh. So 6 lakh means
Yeah. Or
Balance 1 lakh.
balance only. Anyway, so whatever calculation is there because it is a big amount, right? So anyway, but this
40.
calculation is on 1 lakh, it
Yes,
is
sir.
correct on this one.
It's
Which one?
1,82,000.
It's 1 lakh 82,000 only. This is also perfect
Yes.
calculation. So the previous calculation, whichever we were doing, we had a small
It's
mistake in
wrong.
that, right? So again, so formula based means what is happening? Formula based means so in this case, right? I don't think that's such a big example somebody will quote. Only 2-3% are being quoted by people because they know that the candidates will not be having calculators or something to calculate, right? So simply 10%, 20%, let's suppose till here itself. Now, so the thing is like scenario is same whether 1% or 2%. Sorry, whether 2, 3 or like whether like this one till here to here or till here to here or till here to here, all are formula based only. So here what is happening, tax type and tax code we have defined, but in tax code what is happening, tax type anyway we have to define, tax code once we define the tax code we are not going to specify the tax percentage. What we have to do, simply in tax percentage we are having an options called withholding tax formula, we have to apply a check mark on that. And then under formula sections, whatever this condition is there, that we have to specify, and then based on that it is going to be calculated. So what I'll do, guys, I'll just do one thing. When you guys are going to perform testing, so you just do one thing, you keep till here itself, right? Better to keep till here, like 10%, 20%, and then unlimited 30%, so that it is not going to be more confusing. Okay, and in that you can calculate. Okay, so that's all in this session, guys. That's all for today.